When getting a reading from someone, you have a few considerations to take into, such as, are they the right reader for you? And do they actually know their craft like they profess? My preferred deck of choice is the classical European decks. As you can see here, I do use authentic cards. This is known as the Visconti Sforza deck. What we're looking at here in this current situation here is a communication problem that could possibly be worry and stress related. And what we have here with the Page of Pentacles is that the stress could possibly be over money that is possibly late. Now if you look deeper into that, the reason why the money might possibly be late is perhaps somebody is perhaps delinquent in paying. Now it shows here as well too that fighting over collecting money that you're owed can possibly cause this. And since this most likely looks perhaps like a health settlement that we're looking at, getting weary and perhaps a fear of rejection is what causes people to not assert themselves in the first place. Now what we have here when you're dealing with a classical deck is that you can always add them all together to see between the lines. But I prefer, quite simply, to just lay it as it is. Now this here is perhaps going towards escalating it to higher up the line. Perhaps you were owed money and perhaps it was a little bit late. And now you're worried that A, that they're not going to pay at all, or B, that they're going to duck and avoid you. This is also known as playing dodgeball with creditors, is what I'm seeing here according to the Eight of Cups. Now what we have here is a lucky break, which according to the Eight of Wands here means is that perhaps a new source of income might open up, or when according to this, new job opportunity might open up to this person. And doing here is that they haven't learned a single thing and they'll still fritter away their money, thus getting themselves deeper into a hole. Now here you have the Three of Cups, which shows a more positive outcome for all things considered. Also the fact that when you're gainfully employed or have an opportunity to go into business for yourself, that's where the brainstorming comes into play. Perhaps you're afraid to write your business plan and need a little bit more guidance. Well, instead of running away, you study, according to the King of Pentacles, the marketplace which you are going to be going into. And you also have a very, very low overhead, so now is not the time for extravagance. Start small and also go by word of mouth and make sure that you can actually deliver what you promise to the consumer, and you should be okay. But since you're trying to break into a new market, well, you have a few strikes against you when trying to break into a new market according to the Five of Pentacles, because you're probably new and thus you need to build your reputation. And you must also be wary not to be your own worst enemy, but also, as they say, not to let a naysayer possibly sabotage you. And also try to be more new and more exciting, and also have an aptitude of the explorer when exploring this new territory. Or as Star Trek says, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Because when you can defeat the fears in your head, all that you have to do is show up. And also a mature attitude when dealing in the business world is a must. Hopefully this was of help.